Hey guys, Roller or Taylor here, and I'm back with a brand new Division video. And literally they've released some news on PTS 3. Now, some of this is really good news, some of this is quite upsetting news. Now, we always start on the bad and we'll finish with the good. So the first bit of bad news in my eyes, they're removing the Seeker gear set. Now, as you know, on my channel, I featured the Seeker gear set a fair few times in my videos. The reason being is because I really loved the ideas behind both versions of the Seeker. Now, unfortunately, they just feel they can't get the balance right at the moment, so rather than messing with it and making it broken or not as good as they want, because they want a really unique idea behind the gear set and they feel that it's going to need a lot more time to do that. So they are removing it from PTS 3 and probably from the game. So that's really sad. Like I said, I really enjoyed the Seeker, I made some fun builds with it, and really enjoyed the playstyle it brought to the game. Alright, it was a little bit broken the first stage, but I definitely thought that the second time round, they were definitely going in the right direction. It is a shame they think otherwise, but I'm standing with most of the decisions they make because they're only doing it for our sake. I probably shouldn't have said it's bad news because a lot of people will see it as broken. It's just in my eyes, like, I'm kind of upset they're removing this gear set because I did enjoy it and sort of used it as a out of the box build. But that's all. Like I said, not really bad news, it's just my opinion. So moving on to some of the changes they've made, they'll only improve the Division PTS and hopefully really make a great 1.6. So the first great change is that they've now removed stagger from the cluster mod on the Seeker mine. They've also increased the cooldown time and they've altered the damage of it so that now some will apply as a bleed status effect. Sticking with skills and things like that, they've also altered the range and the health of the turret. They haven't adjusted any damage because they still want a very similar damage output, they just want to weaken it in different ways. I think this again is a really good step. I can see them though, if there is a PTS 4 or if they're going straight to 1.6, I do believe they'll drop the damage a little bit. One thing that I am surprised about that's happening in PTS 3 is the reloading while sprinting has been disabled again. So this means now you can carry on sprinting and reloading. They are going to carry on tweaking this and hopefully get a good balance between the both of them. Like I said, I'm fairly surprised by this because I loved it and hated it. I hated it for the reason that I wasn't used to using it, but I loved it because it did break up and kind of make the game a bit more tactical. But yeah, this isn't by no means being completely removed. They've only disabled it for now, and I guess they're going to tweak it and hopefully release it again further down the line. Medkits have also received a few changes. They're not going to increase the effect of them, they're just going to try and decrease the cooldown on them. So what they're really trying to do is make it so that you can't rely on medkits and not use cover. They want to make cover more of an option so you don't lose health, if that makes sense. So it's really good, they're really pushing this cover-based shooter again. And I think they're doing it in the right direction, definitely. Obviously, a lot of people aren't very happy about the effectiveness of medkits. I mean, you used to just be able to use it and it'd overheal you. I guess it's a little bit more realistic. I know it's completely not a realism game, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it makes more sense to heal a smaller bit of health and then make the environment your friend. Another change that's related to healing in some sort of way is they've altered the Caduceus special. So instead of gaining 1% of yours and your team's health per critical hit, it now scales with skill power. They wanted to go away from the must pick sort of choice here, and again, I've got to agree with this change. It's not absolutely destroying it, but it does sort of make it so it's still very viable, but there's still a lot of other choices. If you're speccing into a support player type build, then this weapon's still going to be a really good choice for you. They don't say how it's going to work with skill power, it's just stated here that it will now scale with skill power. Another really cool change they've made is actually to legendary. A lot of players found it way too punishing that there was no sort of checkpoint or any sort of restart during the mission. They've now added a checkpoint, but it is only one and it'll only be around the middle of the mission. So it's still going to be punishing to a degree, but not so punishing that you just want to rage quit and not play it for the rest of the evening. So I'm happy with this change and couldn't disagree with it. But guys, that about wraps it up for this video. I just wanted to go over them, maybe spark a bit of a conversation in the comments below, and then you can give me your opinions on what you think about these changes. We're going to get a full set of patch notes tomorrow. I'm guessing they just released like some of them, so the community sort of knew what they were getting tomorrow. But anyway guys, as I always say, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe for all future Division content. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.